Unfortunately, at the very moment when I thought my microphone woes were all gone, they proved not to be. So I'm back to this old mic that picks up too much noise. Anyways, I have added some things. The good news is that I have fixed the bug where it just says, I don't know who this guy is when you have current NPC as the selected speaker. I think it's time to show off some of the dialogue behaviors. So I'm going to add one called No Raincoat here. Let's see, it's going to be motionless. It's going to have two animations, left and right. And actually, I use animation loosely because, well, it doesn't have... What? Oh, Big Mac is here. It doesn't really have any animation to it. There's just motionless, just the one frame. So there's that. Another thing which I'd like to show you is, well, to start with, dialogue to begin with upon entering behavior. At the moment it's none and there's nothing to set it to, so I'll just call this on entering behavior. No need for a color for this because this is going to be the only one. Select speaker, current NPC. Actually, I should start by having Rainbow Dash talk. Let's see, player character. This is going to be what happens if Rainbow Dash says to Big Mac, I think you should take off your raincoat. It's like, whoa, how did you fit that horse collar under your raincoat? His answer is, I bought this raincoat specifically because the horse collar would fit under it. I'm going to clear out here and then say that that's what the \C does. It clears out the dialogue. I'd better get it back on before Twilight uses her magic. Just preview this dialogue. Whoa, how did you fit that horse collar under your raincoat? Bought this raincoat specifically because the horse collar would fit under it. Better get it back on before Twilight uses her magic. I'm going to auto new line here. How did you fit that? Fit under it. Then I add a command here. Let's see, switch to behavior. There's actually a bunch of commands here. There's end dialogue, there's despawn until reentry, despawn permanently. There's checkpoint. Basically what this does is it just creates a checkpoint wherever the user is. If they die later, they'll reappear there. Win level, which is another way to win besides the goal. Start rain, stop rain. I'm going to use those later when I have Twilight here. Jump to dialogue allows you to jump to another dialogue in here that's within the same behavior, but I want to actually switch to another behavior which will be stand and talk. I'm going to click OK. Stand and talk, the default behavior. Let's see. I want to go to the dialogue branch. No, not yet. I want to add a dialogue. Take off your raincoat. Might as well give it a color. I'll give it maroon. Show here. Let's see. Player character. Rainbow Dash. I think you should take your raincoat off. Then add a dialogue command here that says switch to behavior. It'll switch to behavior, no raincoat. And yes, you can reset this behavior. And, well, this is annoying. But, oh well. I'll just click OK here. Maybe I should make this larger. I'll think about that later. The idea is that as soon as this dialog is done, it's going to execute this switch to behavior no raincoat, then go to no raincoat here, dialog to begin with upon entering behavior, on entering behavior. What'll happen is, as soon as Rainbow Dash says, I think you should take your raincoat off, he will, and then I'll say, whoa, how did you fit that horse collar under it? Big Mac will say his piece, and then it'll switch back to him standing and talking. So I'm going to click OK, save this as demo dialog trees 5. You can see that I created some more in the process of fixing the bug. Bring up the game, load demo dialog trees 5, la la la, and it just clicked in my mind that I didn't actually add this as one of the dialog options. Oh well, that's the thing about it. When it's something this complex, you're gonna make mistakes. That's one of the reasons why I'm actually keeping mistakes in this, so that when people see the mistakes, they'll see how to correct them. And no, I don't want to create a new dialog chain. I want to go to this dialog choice here, add a dialog option. Let's see, take off your raincoat. That's what it's going to be called. No requirements. Let's see, take off your raincoat. And we want goodbye to be at the end of all this, so I'll reorder this. And the reorder button doesn't seem to do anything. I am going to have to fix that later. Another bug to fix. Hopefully there's going to be more than just mistakes to show you guys. Demo dialog trees 5, might as well overwrite it. No need to pack it. And go back here. Load up dialog trees 5. Take off your raincoat. I think you should take your raincoat off. As you can see, there he is. Whoa, how did you fit your horse collar under your raincoat? I bought this raincoat specifically because the horse collar would fit under it. And I botched this. This needs to be smaller. I can fix that later too. Wow. I'd better get it back on before Twilight uses her magic. And the raincoat is back on. So that's how the switch behavior dialog command works. That's how the dialog upon start works as well.